Okay, Team Impact. Just wanted to get started here. Today is Chapter 2, Lesson 2. It's Monday. So if you're out and you're watching this video, I hope you're feeling better or whatever you have going on. I hope it goes well. So let's take a look at this. Today we're going to be taking percents to fractions, fractions to percents. Okay, and we're just going to go straight calculator on this. It's going to save us time, and then we're going to get into the homework a little bit. So the homework's not too bad. There's a little bit of it, but you're going to be using your calculator for the whole thing. So let's go ahead and turn our calculator on and clear the memory. Let's get it cleaned out. And you'll see mine says memory clear. I'm going to turn my light on there, see if that helps us any. And then let's get after it. Lesson 2, Chapter 2. Here we go. So write each percent as a fraction in simplest form. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hit 15. And when I hit 15, I'm going to look for the percent button. And there it is. So if I hit the percent button, that equals 15%. Now, if I want to change that to a fraction, all right, then all I'm going to do is hit second, all right, F to D, and you're going to notice that there it is with the down arrow, okay? And there we have it. It ends up being 3/20ths, right? But let me preface this next problem with saying that all percents are out of 100. So most of the time you're going to use your calculator, but there'll be other times, like on number 2, all right, where there's one that says 80%. And let me show you how we would do this without a calculator, okay? Because as you become more accustomed to these percents as fractions, it's going to be okay. So 80% is 80 out of 100. All percents are out of 100. So I could take that like that, okay? And I could divide it by 10 and get 8/10. And we know after talking over the last chapter that any even number is divisible by 2. So if I divide that by 2 and that by 2, I end up with 4/5, right? So that's important. Okay, so you're certainly welcome to do that mentally, but we're going to go ahead and focus with the calculator because we are kind of in a hurry here to get through this lesson to get into more difficult material, right? 33%, 33 out of 100, all percents are out of 100. Second N over D, and it takes it down to 33 out of 100, right? 33 out of 100. And it won't reduce because these numbers are what we call relatively prime. The greatest number that goes into both of these is 1. Okay, let's go to the next one. Write each fraction as a percent and use the model if needed. Okay, well, now we're going to take the fraction, 3 n over d, 10, go to the right. There's my fraction. And we want to change that to a percent. So to change that to a percent, what we're going to do is use the percent button. We're going to use the second function. See right above it says arrow percent. So that's what we're going to focus on. So I'm going to hit second and see it's going to change it to a percent. And there it is. And you'll notice that comes up as 30%. And make sure you label it as a percent. Let's do that again. 3 n over d, 20 to the right. Okay, and then we're going to change that to a percent. Second percent, hit enter, and we end up with 15%. The next one is 2/5. 2 n over d, hopefully you can see that, sorry. 5 to the right. Now 2/5 is one that you're going to start to remember. It's a common fraction. It is 4/10, or that goes to, you'll see, 40%. So the more we do of these, the better off we're going to become. Okay, and we want to rely on this calculator. All right, let's continue on. Elise ran 7 out of 10 days. What percent of the days did she run? Okay, let's clear it. Here we go. 7 n over d, 10 to the right. We're going to change it to a percent, and there it is. And she ran 70% of the days. All right. So that's a good start for us. Let's go ahead and jump into the homework, and I'll go to the next sheet. Okay, and you'll be able to see this. And they'll give you some models and so on. So On this first page, we're going to do numbers 1 to 12, so we can circle these up real quick. And I'm going to do a few of them with you here since you folks are at home. This chapter is pretty much straight calculator, all right? And we got to understand these functions, right? Write each percent as a fraction. All percents are out of 100. That's one I can do faster than using a calculator, right? So divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 50, right? 20%, 20 out of 100. Chop it down is 2/10. Divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 5. And I like to circle my final answer, right? Okay, let's review how to get this fraction to a percent using our calculator. Hit 2, n over d, 10, go to the right. And we want to change that fraction to a percent. We're going to use the second function of the percent button, and there it is. And we end up with 20%, right? Very good. Very good. Let's take a look at number 11 here together, right? A survey showed that 82% of the youth most often use the internet at home. What fraction of the youth surveyed most often use the internet somewhere else? Somewhere else. So that's important. Yeah. So if 82% use it at home, we want it somewhere else. So we need to figure out what's left. So 100% minus 82%. All right. Okay. That's going to be 18%. Now they want that as a fraction, or 18. So that's 18 over 100. And if you want to, you can use your calculator to simplify that. 18 n over d over 100 to the right. And if we simplify that down, we end up with 9/50, right? Divided by 2 is 9, divided by 2 is 50, right? And your calculator's doing that. So looking through those. So you have the rest of those on that page. And let's continue on to the next page. On the second page, page 106, let me see if I can get there. They're sticking on me. Page 106, here we are. I'd like for you guys to do numbers 15, 17, and 18, okay? And then we're going to jump to this last page, and we're going to do them all, 20 to 31. 20, 1, 2, 3, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30, and 31. Yep. And if we go to the back, there's some more. Yeah. That's why we're using the calculator, because there's quite a bit here, right? And I'd like for you to take a look at this mental math. Try to do this without a calculator. All you're doing is moving the decimal point according to the number of zeros. So, okay, guys, you got some homework there to get cranked up on. I wish you well. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.